Hello, can you hear me? Let's see if I can figure out. There we go. There's my lovely face. Mike, how are you? Long time no see. All right, so it's been, here I am. It's been a hot minute since I've been streaming, so just excuse me if I have any of the settings a bit too loud or too soft. Let me know, and we can sort it out. Alrighty. So I was just trying to actually make a baseball before the stream, and it's not too bad. Let me turn the polyframe off, and that's stroke. There we go. So this is where I got before the stream. It was actually quite interesting. I had a bit of help from some friends on the Discord. Not my Discord, Ian's Discord, IR Sculpts. So I thought I might try and do that again, just from the beginning, because it seems like an interesting activity to do. I went through a few different ways. I can get my brain together. Okay, so with the masking brush, I was trying to sort of get the circles right, but it was really quite difficult to get everything in balance, to get the right shape. Why is the symmetry not working? Ah, there we go. Left and right, and then transform up and down, up and down. No, where are you? Oh, it's me. I'm up and down. That's why. Oh, yeah. Up and down. There we go. Helps if you're the right way up. So I was just trying to initially just draw out a masked circle and try and get the shape right. But it was quite unsatisfying with the proportions. I mean, that one's not too bad. Yeah, Ian's great for tips, and Ryan as well. Absolutely. Oh, your ZBrush keeps crashing. Downloading the latest version at the slowest rate possible. Oh my goodness, this morning, of course, this is my first stream back, so I was like, oh, I hope everything works out, right? I'm a little bit nervous. I haven't been online for a long time. But this morning, so I woke up and I tested the internet, and it was so slow. It was going to take, a friend of mine gave me a file to print later, and it was only 60 megabytes, and it was going to take me 33 minutes just to download this little file. I was like, oh my goodness, I'm not going to be able to go online. But luckily, after the kids went to school, the internet recovered, and I'm back at pretty good speeds again now. All right. 4 commercials. Jesus. Yeah, I adjusted the commercials to turn them off, but I think it said it wasn't going to take effect until 4 o'clock today, which is another 6 hours. I'll have to disable them. Oh yeah, I don't want the ads. I'm sorry. I'm not sure why it's doing those. I will fix it for next stream. I will definitely fix that for next stream. So what can I do here? Edit stream. Don't disable the ads. Yeah, it is how I get paid, but I don't want you to have to watch 4 of them. That's crazy. All right. Well, I'll look at that later. Yeah, so I wasn't satisfied with the way that was working. And then Ryan showed me a good tip, which was mathematically quite interesting. So let me just divide this a couple of times. And then grab the paintbrush. Whoops. B for brushes. And then we used alpha 9 and turned on all of the symmetries. And try and find a spot. Well, let's make sure we have a good color for a minute. Yeah, here we go. Switch color, fill object, switch color. Try and find the right spot where they all meet at the same time. I got it first go earlier, I swear. Oh my word. Well, that's close. Maybe a bit higher. Oh, see, it's harder when you do it again. Why am I following you? Have you streamed before? Yeah, 5 years ago since my last stream. Well, that's closer. Wow, I'm having a hard time of it. Oh, there we go. So then all the circles sort of cross over at the same time. What did I stream 5 years ago? It was, oh my goodness. I don't know why this is happening. All right. 5 years since my last stream. I'm recovering. Streamaholic. Hi, Michael. Welcome to the stream. All right. Let's figure out what we could do here. I don't know, guys. I obviously I can't get it to work now, but that's what I did. I drew circles. They intersected, and then I came in, gave it some polygroups. Let's have a look if we can go back in time. All right. This one. So, oh no, what have I done? I deleted it all. Ah! Yep, I've ruined everything. My word. All right, I guess we have no choice but to do it that way again. Oh, you missed me, Mike? Thank you. Okay. Let's see. Paint, circle, all of them. we need a color. Oh yeah, see, it's working a bit better here. I don't know why my other one was like that. Well, no, now it's too big. This is what happens when you learn new ways to do stuff. Sometimes it takes a while to get it working. Really not sure. Maybe around here from the top. Yeah, exactly. That's part of the fun. Alright, I'm going to call that close enough. So I don't know why it's so terrible. But we'll go here. And then, so then all those were touching. And then what do we do? Yeah, so there's that one. Yep, okay. So then what I did next was change the alpha. Did I change the alpha? Not that side. Over here maybe? Maybe I need to turn some of my symmetry off. Yeah. This was supposed to be quite simple. Let's just have one. Oh my goodness. Drag rect. Alright, cool. So I want symmetry from back to front. And I'm going to draw out a mask to where these intersect, sort of, because I drew them quite badly, but hopefully it still works out. And then I'm going to push Control W, and what that did was it gave it a different poly group. It's here, this one. All right. And here. Control W again. Alright, cool. So then what I did was I isolated this one and pushed auto groups to give them two different colors so that I can decide where they want to go, and then keep these two together. Auto groups, or Control W, give them the same color poly group, and with the other one as well. And then what we have is a fairly clean sort of baseball division of the shape. And then we do the deformation and do a polish by feature just to clean up this line here. Quite like that. I wonder if, yeah. And then there's too much geometry for me to work here. I like to work a bit lower. So I go into geometry and do zero mesh. I think we'll go with, yeah, so keep groups, and we want gosh, what's the usual target? I've changed it. It's usually 5, isn't it? So let's try. Let's just put it on 5 and see what happens. All right, so there's that, and then I think that's still too many. Thank you, 3D Medic Vince. Thank you for the follow. Now I will half it and zero mesh again, keeping the groups. I think maybe one more time. All right. Yeah, I like that. So here you can see the flow of the polygons. It goes in a nicely all the way around between the two, which is important for the next step that I'm thinking of doing. So I want to sort of put an indentation between these two. And the way I'm thinking to do that is to add some edge loops. I'm going to do group loops with 1. I think that should give us 2, so 1 for each of the groups there. So if they're touching, there should be 2, I think. Yep, that's all right. So now we have this extra group along the middle. And I could do a few things. I could, let's see, maybe we could use the Z modeler brush. We could move it. We could select those points maybe. But the Z modeler, sometimes it confuses me with the edge action, so I need to do that more often. But what I'm going to do is actually just select this and no, not like that. Okay, just mask this one and this one. So I've just got this poly group here in the middle. That's the only thing that's allowed to move. And then I'm just going to go into deformation, and I'm going to do a negative inflate and see how that looks. We get a better idea if we turn on our dynamic subdivision. And there's the basic baseball shape. What you making, Builder's Mark? Hi! I'm making a baseball. And it was actually a bit of a struggle in the beginning, but it came along. So what we've seen is with those circles that I was drawing out for the guideline, I couldn't get them perfect, but this time, but the shape still came out good because we had to remesh, bring it down to a lower amount of polygons. It sort of smoothed out and it came out quite nice. Hey, better. Alrighty. So I don't know if I feel like that's deep enough or not. I think I might, if I just go back a step and then go into, I think it's stroke, there's this adjust last slider. So I don't have to redo my deformation and inflate. I mean, we can. But what I can do is just, was it going to work now? Try that again. Where are we? So did that, and then there we go. Yeah. So just that last stroke that I did, that last action, I can adjust it so that it's more harsh, or it goes the other way even. So we can get this right, and we can even, if we think we're happy with it now, and it turns out that we're not, we can absolutely just go back in time with the timeline and to that spot again and adjust last. Until we are happy. Baseballs are yet another product of dark magic. With how they are made, it seems like you've figured it out though. What about the stitching? Yes, that's the next thing. Let's think about that. So for now, I think that's okay. And then what I'm actually going to do is, yeah, so we're in the Z Modeler brush. I'm going to change these poly loops back to the original color. So let's go to Polygon Actions. Oh yeah, so Poly Group, Poly Loop. So that's going to take this line and change it to a new color, like that. And then I can just put those into the same group. And do the same on the other side. So now they're just two poly groups again. Yeah, the V-shaped stitching, that's right, it is V-shaped. So what I was thinking with that is here in the stroke menu, we can do frame mesh to put a curve along where two poly groups join. And what brushes do we have for that? There's a few brushes. I think there was a curve pinch brush that I wanted to try out to bring those two closer together. Curve pinch. Let's try that. Oh, look at that. That went crazy. All right, let's try holding Alt. Oh, that's cool. All right. Maybe my draw size was too big. All right. What have I done? Yeah. Anyway, I do want to play with that at some point. What's another way? So you just draw it out. It should pinch. I broke it. Okay, so we framed the mesh anyway. And then what's really cool is we can go into an IMM brush. Pretty sure we can, so like, here's some zips, right? Just pop a zip on there, sort of thing. Obviously we don't want a zip, we want stitches. But that's the idea I have, is to make some stitches and pop them in there like that. Control Z, yeah, every time. Alright, so it's been a hot minute since I've made an IMM brush. Let's have a look what we can do. So I think what I want is a Q cube. So I've opened up a whole new tool. My baseball is somewhere else. And I'm going to go down to initialize and hit QCube. QCube looks like this. From there, what do we want to do? We can use just the gizmo. Pull it out like this, a bit further down. I really should be frontwards facing, that might help. And what we need is some more edge loops in here. So let's grab that. Insert. We could do that. We could insert manually our edge loops. Or there is another way through the gizmo. There's deformations here as well. If we choose extender, then we can pull this out and then, oh, not that one. There is, no, this one maybe. No, we'll get there. So many cones. Symmetry, resolution, here we go. We can pull this resolution cone out to give us some extra bits in the middle there. And accept. Alright, so I don't know a lot about ZBrush. Can you draw the V shape as a different part and lay it on the line you want to follow and then copy that shape around the line? Absolutely you can, yes. Let me just uncrease this, so we don't want those creases. And I'll just quickly make a little shape. Like that. And that's it. Let's just say that's what we want. And copy. Let's go to our baseball. Now I'm not sure if I need to. I'll just make sure. And there should be a paste. There it is. Okay, yeah, so I didn't need that. That's okay. So we could absolutely just put these where we need them. And then sort of, we can push control and move across. Oops. Hold control, move across to get another copy. Rotate it the other way, put it where we want. And we could do that around the whole ball. But I feel like that's it's absolutely one way to do it, and I've done it before. It takes some time. I might just delete that. Okay, and delete that one. I'm trying to get into the habit of working smarter, or at least working harder in areas that will save me time later. That makes sense, because sometimes you can get a job done, you can brute force around it quickly enough, but every time it takes you that same amount of time. Whereas if we think about the future and making some assets that might make life easier next time, then I think we're moving in the right direction, because then all your work in the future becomes quicker. I'm just going to look up quickly baseball reference so I can see what the stitching looks like. Right. Right, so this is what I can see here. Builder's Mark says, I have to admit I'm a tad jealous of how you and some others that can organically design. Yeah, it's definitely a skill set, but so is technical design, you know. There's a lot of problem solving in both fields. All right, so I think what we need is, I want it to be a little bit thinner. And of course, it's at a bit of an angle. Which angle is it though? So 45 might be too much. Okay. And then I just made a copy. And what I'm going to do is pull it out over here. So maybe like that. And I could just stylize it and make it a little arrow shape. Or we could offset it a bit for that little bit of, just that little bit of, let's try that. All right, now for the fun part. I have designed it sideways. Builder's Mark has to deal with a lot of tolerance in what you draw, but what you all do is so fluid and realistic. Yeah, I think, I mean, yeah, the organic stuff, you can sort of keep pushing it around and keep pushing it around until it looks good to you. But being able to interpret a customer's requirements for technical specs and to stick to those, I think that's pretty impressive as well. Yeah, Thirsty Dragon. I'm trying to make a brush, but I haven't for a long time, so I'm not sure what orientation is it based on the camera? Let's find out. So if we do, yeah, exactly. I think it's based on the camera, but let's find out. So if I do that, and then what is it? It's create insert mesh. Let's do that. The current brush is an insert mesh brush. Would you like to append the active mesh to this brush or create a new brush? And my current brush is Z Modeler. I don't see how that's an insert mesh brush. Okay, I want a new one. All right. All right, that's cool. So let's have a look here on the baseball. Just quickly draw that out. So that would be the stitch there. Oh, you're watching to figure it out yourself? Cool. All right, so then we got our IMM brush, and I think now we need to stroke, curve. I guess we turn on curve mode. And let's just see what that does. Alright, my draw size is a bit small. And now it's a bit big. Why have we got two lots of stitches? That's interesting. Why have I got two lots of stitches? Is that, oh, it's because I've got symmetry on it? There we go. There we go. Alright, let's go back to before I messed with it too badly. Alrighty. And then there's other settings too we can mess with here. So brush, let's dock that to the side. I'll just move my Pure F out of the way so I can see. What did you do to get the double stitches? The arrow pattern, this one, well, this way up. This one here. Or when I had like cross stitching going on. Oh yeah, I just had symmetry turned on, and whatever symmetry setting I had was messing with it. So transform. Yeah, I just had X symmetry on and it went crazy. Let's see if we can mess with something like we got depth. And maybe the problem is my brush. So if I create my brush to come up a bit more, if I put the brush depth down, it's going to disappear more. Now if I pull it up, and there we go. I'll probably make them a tad smaller again. No, I liked it bigger. This one. So if I can stroke, curve, I wonder if I can just turn it off so I can't see it but leave the curve there. No, I guess not. Alright, so if I just delete that curve functions, delete, and it's out of the way, we have our stitches. That's cool. Big stitches. Alright, and then what I want to do actually, because this is all on one subtool, because the insert multi-mesh brush just adds it to the current subtool. But I want it to be separate so I can adjust it separately and not have to worry about my ball shape. So I'm just going to go to split and split unmasked points. Most of these are in the middle and a few of them came off. I think I may have just moved the line a little bit on the curve while I was playing, but that's all right. All right, that's cool. So now I've got those, I can select those and just have a look at, so we've got dynamic on already. Does it look like at 3? Yeah. So I think what I'm just going to do is come in with a big move brush and just tweak where some of these are so that they're in the middle more. It's a good idea to remember, just don't check from one direction, always check from multiple angles. Jet plane at 10,000 feet and 600 miles per hour won't see it. You're good. That's true. That's true. And that's something else too, because how big is the object going to be in the scene, or if you're 3D printing it, really sort of dictates your level of detail. How much detail do you need? And how prominent does that detail need to be to show up if you do want it to be there? All right, cool. So I'm in a world of tweaking now to get these just in there, and then I'll have to come in and probably look at the outer edge of the stitches. I'm just sort of putting them a bit more in for some intersection. Oh, why have I got sunglasses on? My goodness. All right. It is daytime here, but I don't think I need sunglasses inside. Whoop, too close. Oh, the thirsty dragon, dude. How's your pumpkin going? It was a pumpkin, wasn't it? Pumpkin scarecrow. I'm being stylish with my sunnies inside. I'm not sure if I would call that stylish, but okay, I'll take it. All right, that's pretty good. And then the ball itself will have, whoops, no, that's fine. The ball itself will have little sort of holes where the stitches go in. Let me bring up the reference again. So you see these holes here, they look like they're pre-punched before the stitches go in, so they're bigger than you might imagine if you were just sewing directly. But that would be to get everything even, I reckon. So that's that. So let's have a think about that too. I'm sure there would be a way. Let's have a look at the topology. They don't quite line up perfect everywhere. Because if I grab the Z model brush, let me just duplicate the space ball. And then we can do stuff like, oh, you figured out how to pose him last night. Cool. Still need to figure out how to transfer the color over to it. Oh, okay. So Z model brush, and what we can do is, if we want to keep the topology, which is not essential because what I do is for 3D printing, but what I have discovered is that while topology isn't the be-all and end-all for printed statues, it can be really good for getting clean looking details. I think it's split. We can like, oh, is it not working? Point, split. Oh, there we go. I was on the wrong action. So we can sort of like make a whole sort of thing like that. They won't all line up. And if I just tap, I think it's going to be really obvious that they're not as neat as a normal baseball stitching would be. Let's just have a look, because we can move these around a bit. See, they're coming sort of out there. This one, and that one. Probably could go back to the stitch and add holes to that and then update the model. Yeah, I could. I think we're getting into complicated territory there. Yeah, actually it could, because if I added like a little, let me show you what I'm thinking in my head here. Where are we? If I add insert, let's say cylinder. If we add something here, as like a for an object to become a boolean, and then this maybe, and then we want to. Am I on the Z modeler? No, I'm on transpose. Still on transpose. Oh, that's why. If we bevel, and we need to delete some of these. Poly loop. Wait, not delete. We need to go to insert, not polygon actions, edge actions, insert, and then hold Alt, then it'll delete them. And if we go to geometry, we can see how that's looking with the bevel. I could try that. I'll just give it a different color so I can see it. Switch color. Oh, okay. Why not? Okay. Yeah, of course. Switch color, fill object. Turn off the polyframe. And then copy it across. Let's see if it'll work. This is a really cool idea. Bring it over here. Let's turn on transparent so I can see where it is and what the other one is doing as well. Just want maybe that much in there. Hey Sparky5, how's it going? Yes, great! Great, thanks for joining the stream, man. I see you streaming all the time. That's so cool. Alrighty. Mystic, welcome, welcome. So we're just trying out some new things here. Alright, so if I do that, and then what do we want to do? We want to go to the brush, which is B for brush. Do we just push create again? Create. Oh, yeah, no, hang on. Cancel, X, escape. If we choose the brush that we were on, there we go. And then B for brush, create. So does it work? Do I have to multi-mesh from all subtools, from active mesh? Oh yeah, okay. This one. Oh, yeah, no, I didn't want that. Okay. Brush. Okay, so I think what I need to do is merge down. So let's do that. Merge down. All right, and what have I got here? These ones I want to be white, and these ones, oh, hang on. These ones I want to be red. And then if we go B for brush, create insert mesh, and again, not that one, we want this one. B for brush, create insert mesh, append. Pressing the M key while an insert multi-mesh brush is active will enable you to view and select any included shapes. Okay. All right, so now we've got two types of brushes. If we go, where's the curve? Let's turn this off. Find, there's the curve. We've got a duplicate baseball, so we can play around here. And let's select this one, pop that there. Yeah, that's okay. Alrighty, and then if we have a look at the polyframes, oh, there's something wrong underneath them. Alright, alright. And then if we split it off like we did the other one, split unmasked. So now we've got this one here. Hey, Ryan, welcome. We're just, oh, that's why. We're just trying out some stuff. Someone asked me if I could include the holes in the multi-mesh brush, and I think I can. And I think there's a better way than what I'm doing even. If we use Dynamesh, I could have the normal flipped, I think. But let's just grab these two and give them the same, whoa, undo. Give them all the same group there. And then what we can do here is split hidden. All right, so then I've got holes and I've got stitches. And then if we make our holes, put our baseball on the top and turn on live boolean, and we've got holes. And then if we switch to color, fill object with, let's make it gray so we can see it. Turn off polyframe. We need a bit of a dark, oh yeah, switch color, always, wrong color. And there's holes, well, that's cool. So then we could go back into the brush and tweak how big those holes are supposed to be in relation to the stitches. And all the holes would be in the right spots. And then the other thing I was saying is, so if I go back to the brush and select, let's make all this one poly group, select that, and then if I flip these, let's see if that works. Flip. So now the polygons on this part are inside out. I don't know if that did it to the bits that were also invisible or not. You see it looks really crazy now. If we, let's try that. So then, are we on the insert mesh brush? We are. B for brush, create append. Yes. Let's go back to our baseball. Baseball. Turn off the polyframe. Alright, let's turn these off. Let's duplicate the baseball again, just to be having something to go back to. And what do we need? We needed this one, didn't we? With the curve on it. And let's choose this here. Let's see what happens. Okay, my draw size is too small. Alright, so now we have all these like invisible things. Let's see, but I think what will happen is it'll cut into the stitches as well, but so I don't use Dynamesh very often. Do we need to do one of these sub? Well, let's just see what happens when we Dynamesh. Absolutely nothing. Alright, is it tabbed? Okay. Turn Dynamesh on. Oh, okay. Resolution up. Actually, there's a picker here. No, let's try this. So that put the holes in as additions. If I choose, can't keep sub on. Yeah, I'm not sure about that. Or if we split, save button. Good call. Actually, right, I'll save the ZTL, but I'm going to save the file as well because I've got a few subtools, a few tools. Let's call it baseball. All right. So thanks for that, Builder's Mark. Always good to save. Yeah. Okay. So if we split, well, where were we? Get my pen going. Split into unmasked points. Oh, there's nothing masked. There we go. So there's our stitching there. Let's put that in a folder. Experiment. Why not? Put the baseball in there. And then, actually we'll put a copy of the baseball in there. And then, let's see what happens when we boolean with that flipped normals. Boolean was subdiv. No, it does the same thing. But yeah, I'm sure there's more than a few ways to do it. Yeah, absolutely. It's always painful when you lose your work after doing so much. Let me take this ball out. I'm going to delete that folder and its contents. Oh yeah, I don't actually want that one anymore. What did I want? That's the question. Ooh, we got 2 versions of this now, and some holes. So which one lines up with the holes? That one does. We delete that one. Try and keep things a bit neat. That's our original ball. We can delete this 3rd ball. Alright, so what's everybody up to? It must be, it's probably pretty late where most of you guys are, huh? I wonder if I could use this one. If I go to the center, oops, don't mean to turn it, make them smaller. What happens if I turn Elson on? It sort of keeps them in the same spot. That's cool. Just chilling, Sunday night, got tomorrow off. Oh, good. It's always nice to have Monday off. I think Monday is the least productive day for most people. And they found that Wednesday is a good time to start things because for whatever reason, more work gets done on a Wednesday. Been working on a few things in CAD and then also had 30 plus pounds of puppy sitting on my lap when I take a break. Yeah, pets. I have cats. When the cat decides she wants me to show her some love, I can't work at all because she sits on the computer right on the drawing tablet. This isn't the one that I changed the topology on, is it? Solo. No, good. You have cats as well. Oh, that's good. So your cats and your puppy get along just fine? If I wanted these all to move outways from where they are, that's a bit painful, isn't it? I love this idea, by the way, of adding the holes in the stitching brush. Like, that's really good. I think what I'll have to do is go back into the brush and adjust the holes there. I definitely need to make the bottom of the hole line up with the bottom of the stitch. And make the hole, where's my reference again? Here it is. And then the hole is actually, if you look at it, it's a bit stretched where the string is pulling it. So the hole is actually up here, like the circle, and then it's stretched a bit along this side where the stitch goes in and it's pulling it tight. Oh yeah, no, it's a great idea because what happens now is I take this brush and adjust it, whether on stream or in my own time, and I adjust it until I'm happy with it. And then forevermore, I have a brush that can do stitching and holes. Oh, that's just fantastic. Oh, we've been streaming for an hour already. Dogs and cats living together. Cat, dog, cat, dog. Anyone watch that cartoon? So let's have a look at this. All right. Let's unflip these because that just drives me bonkers looking at that all backwards. There we go. Okay. Back in the day, yeah, that was. Oh, yeah, Angry Beavers. I love those as well. Bag! So good. Rocco in the top right. Yes, absolutely. Rocco in the top right here is one that I made a couple of months ago. He's not finished. He's just in the block out phase. But I thought I'd just put him up there because he's a wallaby. Wallabies are Australian. And so am I. So what did we need? We needed the bottom of the hole. So bottom of the hole had to be at the bottom of the stitch. If we have the stitch even going just a little bit more. And then the other thing was, what can we do here? We need symmetry back on. And it needs to be your X symmetry. Okay, good. Move the hole out a bit. Definitely want it smaller. It was a smaller hole, so there it is. The hole is actually not much wider in diameter than the actual stitch. But for stylistic purposes, I might make it a little bit more obvious. Okay. I'm a wallaby. Yes. G'day, mate. So that's that one. And then this one is... Oh, I still have my mask as a circle. Masking. Lasso. Ah. Symmetry gets me every time. Alright. Let's do this properly. There we go. Let's go down a bit. That. This one's gonna go this way. There we go. It is pulling down a little bit. Maybe it does need to go up. Tad, there we go. Okay, and then if we get the Z modeler brush, okay, so it's here to, I suppose there. So let's mark it. Not edge actions, I want polygon actions, and I want to polygroup. Let's just do a single poly for now. Mark here, and here. May as well go over and do this one as well while we're here. The reason I'm marking it is just so I know where to put my poly group once I hide the stitch, because the stitch is in the way of my vision right now. Here we go. Can we paint more than one at a time? How do we... I think there should be a way to grab that colour. Oh, how did I do that? Just come down here and just paint all of these. And then what did I do? Huh? No. No. Aha! Okay. Let's see if I can replicate that over here. So what I did was I held down Alt to paint a temporary poly group. Like this. Then I let go of my everything. I'm no longer touching it. And then I think I just tapped it. There we go. And now it should be all the same poly group. Write that down somewhere. Yeah, exactly. All right, but what I want to do here is oops. I want those two to be a different poly group from each other. Oh, it didn't quite work. Anyway, take those. All right, take this one, invert and auto groups. That way I can do them individually. I don't have to worry about both of them at the same time. And that should be fine. We're not really worried too much about the bottom of the stitch because that won't really be seen. And then what I'm going to do is, what are we going to do? Let's have a look at our polygon options. So move this out of the way over there. So our polygon actions, let's try and find a way to move this neatly. There is move. We could do extrude or a Q mesh. It'll definitely go outways with a Q mesh or an extrude. Polygroup all. What happened there? So it breaks it a little bit somehow. What have I done? What have I done? Okay. So not Q mesh. Let's try something else. Extrude. Change the options. Space. Polygroup all. See how that brings it out, like wider, but I don't want it to do that. I've just masked off some bits. Oops. And now I'm going to see if I can use a Former. Just line this up a little bit first. I did this and then this way. That's the one. And see if we can taper. Oh, what's wrong? Partially hidden. Okay. Taper this way. There we go. That might work. All right. Oops. Okay. These stitches also bothering me with their polygroups. So if I hide that, and auto groups. There we go. Where's that bit there? It's gone. Gone forever. All right, let's delete hidden, and then we can. Is that inverted there? Oh, there it is. Okay, cool. We hide that. Hide that. Control Z for the win. Yes, always. Again, Control Z saves the day. We can also, while we're here, slide this down. I think slide or maybe move. So let's see. Undo. What slide? Edge loop complete. Yeah, maybe. Or maybe I just want to move it. No, it's only one edge. Spin, slide, slice, scale, swivel. There's so many options in here. Extrude edge face. No, that's fine. What we'll do is we will just, oops, what was that? Let's see what I'm holding. Look, look, the whole thing. There we go. We can just bring that down, pull that over here a bit. Let's look at it and everything else around. This, oh, got him now. Control Z. All right, cool. Is your ZBrush still a Pixologic version? Mine doesn't work since Maxon brought out Pixologic. If you bought the perpetual license, it should still work, Mike. Mine that I'm running right now is the Pixologic. I do have a Maxon version. It's the same version. It just downloads under a Maxon folder instead of a Pixologic one. But no, the perpetual license should still work. Okay. What I want to do here, give that its own polygroup, because what I want to do is copy it. So I just hold down Shift. Oh, look, I'm copying the wrong thing. Look at that. This one. Bloop, bloop. Yep, okay. Hold down Control and just drag it over here. Why is it all wonky? What have I done? There we go. That's why. So now we have a hole that sort of drags off to just underneath. I mean, it's subtle to just to where that goes in. So actually just bring it up a little bit higher than the stitch. Let's see how that goes. I think I need to bring the stitch all the way down as well. Okay. Maxon seems to want us to buy a new license. I need to do more research tomorrow with a fresh brain. Yeah, absolutely. Do it while you're awake. But yeah, no, the Pixologic perpetual license is forever. You have that forever. You won't necessarily be able to upgrade anymore without paying, but yeah, the one you own already, you should definitely be able to use still. Um, uh, um, I can't use transparent because it's all the same tool. Okay. Well, let's see how that works. Let's just see how it goes. Apparently we have paint, but we don't have any colours. Okay, but first let's, no, that's fine. Let's, I'm sure it's terribly interesting watching me do stitches. Why is that one? I don't want that one masked. Didn't look right from the bottom here. I wanted it to be a little bit twisted up, but still going into the hole. I think the hole had to be higher than the stitch. Just. Alright, let's try that. We're all in stitches for the finish. Baseball, there we go. Okay, so we need to add this. Was it this way that we were doing it? Add this to our brush. We need to have that brush on and then append. Okay, and that's this one now. Back to baseball! So, there it is. Let's choose this one and then, ooh, undo. Ooh, wow, something crazy going on here. There is our nice curve, and we can turn these holes off. Tap. See, those holes even going to be deep enough now. This is where it gets interesting. Draw size tool, too small. Draw size again. Let's try a draw size of 22. Maybe if I use the mouse. There. Alright, so let's try that. And then what do we need to do? We need to split mouse points. So where are my mouse points? Did I replace my baseball? No. Yes. Try again. Split mouse points. ZBrush sometimes does some really crazy things. Alright, so we got those new holes, new stitches, and we're going to isolate the holes and split them separate. Turn those holes into holes. What have I got going here? Move brush. I definitely did something right on this side and not quite right on this side. Oh, here we go. There we go. So if I now just, yeah, so it's still a little bit funky, but there we are. It's a little tweak here and there. How interesting. Is anyone actually wondering why I'm doing a baseball? Because I actually have a bigger idea in mind. But I'm super enjoying just learning about the tool a bit more. There's one thing that I haven't had a lot of time to do lately, and I think the streams will be really good for, is just exploring some of the tools in ZBrush, how to use them, and getting some more assets out in the collection. These need a bit more finessing. Hi, Fred. You're streaming, so no ears, but here in spirit. I'll just type in chat as well. Are you delivering papers? I cannot spell papers. Question. Are you delivering paper? There we go. That sentence almost made sense. Oh no, he's DJing. Cool, guys. Fred 3D, Fred 13. He does some DJ music stuff over on his Twitch, as well as some other bits and pieces. Sometimes I catch him and he's delivering papers at 2 o'clock in the morning. So yeah, if you like music, I'd just go check him out, see if you like his kind of music or not. Hey, all right. Let's add a vibrant red to the stitches. And to the holes, I've got them grey at the moment. The ball is looking good, thank you. I think maybe it's got that sort of a yellowy inside. Oops, switch colour. There. Alrighty, that's a baseball. We did it, guys, that's a baseball. So we've got all these other ones. I'll go through and clean that up later. And then I wanted to show you this. Here we go. So this is the cover of a Goosebumps books that I used to read as a kid. How I Got My Shrunken Head was one of my favourites. I cannot for the life of me remember the story, but I do remember reading this book several times. And what I liked about it was I thought this would be really nice to recreate the scene. So we've got the shrunken head, we've got here's the baseball in the corner. The baseball glove I think I'll try next stream, which should be like super interesting because I don't have any baseball gloves here to look at. So we're going to have to get lots of reference from the internet. There's also some shoes down the bottom, the dresser, of course. That should be a nice session with Z Modeler mostly, I think. And I also want to get this book in and the university flag and this painting on the wall. And I'm not sure if we're going to model it in this funky perspective, like to have the dresser smaller at the bottom and larger at the top, because it's quite artistic. I do like it. But I'm not sure if we'll model it that way or if we'll model it straight and then make that artistic decision during the posing phase for making the scene come together. But I think that's probably me for today. Thank you all for joining. Okay, so I'll try and get the ads to reduce or turn off for at least for the new joiners, because it's one thing I really don't like is when you join a stream and you straight away hit with an ad. But I'll have to have a look in the features of Twitch and how to do that. I'll definitely work on it, guys. If anyone knows exactly how to do it, hit me up. I'm at SparkyFace5 on Twitter. I appreciate any advice and any suggestions to what you want to see modelled on stream. What else? I have a Patreon, patreon.com/SparkyFace5. Join that if you want, or just keep an eye on it to see what I'm releasing. And yeah, I guess I'll catch you all next stream. At the moment, I'm planning on Thursday, same time. It'll be Wednesday for most of the Americans. Oh, thank you so much, Builders Mark. That's my Twitter. Yeah. So I'll probably see you on Wednesday, American time, Thursday, my time, and catch you then.